Clostridium difficile, associated disease in populations previously at low risk. Clostridium difficile is a spore-forming gram-positive bacillus that produces exotoxins that are pathogenic to humans. C. difficile associated disease, CDAD, ranges in severity from mild diarrhea to fulminant colitis and death. Antimicrobial use is the primary risk factor for development of CDAD because it disrupts normal bowel flora, promotes C. difficile overgrowth. C. difficile typically has affected older or severely ill patients who are either hospitalized or inpatients of a residence of a long-term care facility. Recently, however, both the frequency and the severity of healthcare-associated CDAD has increased from 2000 to 2001. The rate of U.S. hospital discharge diagnosis of CDAD increased by 26%. One possible explanation for these increases is the emergence of a previously uncommon strain of C. difficile, responsible for severe hospital outbreaks. Although individual cases of CDAD are not nationally reportable, in 2005, the Pennsylvania Department of Health and CDC has received several case reports of serious CDAD in otherwise healthy patients with minimal or no exposure to a healthcare setting. An investigation was initiated by the Philadelphia Department of Public Health and CDC to determine the scope of the problem and explore a possible change in CDAD epidemic. One case study showed that a young woman, 31, who was 14 weeks pregnant with twins, went to a local emergency department. After 3 weeks of intermittent diarrhea, followed by 3 days of cramping and watery black stools 4 to 5 times a day, stool specimens tested positive for C. difficile toxin, or also known as C. diff, and the patient was admitted. Her only antimicrobial exposure during the preceding years was for her urinary tract infection, which was approximately 3 months before her admission. She was treated with the antibiotic Flagyl and discharged, but was readmitted the next day for 18 days with severe colitis, receiving numerous amounts of antibiotics, including one very strong antibiotic, vancomycin. She improved on vancomycin and was allowed to return home. However, 4 days later, she was readmitted with diarrhea and hypotension. She spontaneously aborted her fetuses. Despite aggressive treatment, including a subtotal colectomy, intubation, and inotropic medication, the patient died on the 3rd hospital day. Histopathologic examination of the colon demonstrated megacolon with evidence of pseudomembranous colitis. 8 of 33 patients reported no exposure to antimicrobial agents within 3 months before CDAD onset. 5 of these were children, 3 of whom required hospitalization. 3 of the 8 cases without exposure to antimicrobial agents occurred in patients who had close contact with a person with diarrheal illness. 2 of these persons had confirmed CDAD. An additional 3 of 33 patients contracted CDAD after receiving doses of antimicrobials. Considered in the context of recent high morbidity, hospital-associated outbreaks in North America, Great Britain, and the Netherlands, these cases of severe CDAD disease in populations previously thought to be at low risk might further reflect the changing epidemic of CDAD. Certain features of CDAD that have been uncommon in the past, such as close contact transmission, high reoccurrence rate, young patient age, bloody diarrhea, and lack of antimicrobial exposure might be changing. C. difficile exotoxins A and B cause clonic dysfunction and cell death. The epidemic strain produces 16 times more toxin A and 23 times more toxin B. Compared with other common strands, virulent strands, which cause more severe disease in populations at high risk, might cause more frequent severe disease in populations previously at low risk. The minimum annual incidence cited in this report is similar to previous estimates in ambulatory populations, 8 to 12 cases per 100,000 population. The estimated case rate per antimicrobial prescription is twice as high as the case per 10,000 incidents cited in these earlier studies. Thank you.